Welcome to Fair Farms Module F5.2. Use licensed or certified labour hire providers where required. Let's begin with a quick overview. After considering standard F5.2, we will look at how to conduct a search at the public registers, and we'll learn about the Staff Sure certification program. In order to comply with the Fair Farms standard, businesses need to make reasonable effort to engage with certified labour hire providers and follow any state and territory laws regarding certified labour hire providers. This requirement is outlined in more detail in the Fair Farms standard under Use licensed or certified labour hire providers where required, section F5.2. Conducting a search of public registers. Each of Queensland, Victoria and South Australia have laws that now require the licensing of labour hire providers. To check if a labour hire provider is licensed, you will need to check with the relevant online register. They can be found as follows: Queensland, Victoria and South Australia. Take a copy of the search and note the date it was conducted. Don't accept a paper copy of a labour hire provider's licence. The online public register is the most up-to-date and current format to check. Things to check on the register. The relevant register will have the names and contact details of the executive and nominated officers of the labour hire provider business. Check that the person you are dealing with is one of the officers shown on the register, and if they are not, you will need to check that person is authorised by the licence to represent them. Request a copy of photo ID to confirm the identity of the person representing the labour hire provider and keep a copy. Check that the licence has not been either suspended or cancelled. You must not use a labour hire provider while their licence is suspended, or if it has been cancelled. Labour hire provider or contractor. Some businesses may claim they do not need to be licensed because they are a contractor rather than a labour hire provider. This may or may not be the case. The business may be a legitimate contractor, or they may be trying to avoid their obligations under the relevant state law through an avoidance arrangement. An avoidance arrangement is an arrangement that is designed to circumvent or avoid the requirement to have a license to supply workers. Your business should exercise caution when the entity that is to provide you with labour is only providing labour and is not providing plant or equipment, presents a contract that expressly states that it is not a labour hire provider when that is what it seems to be. Harsh penalties can apply if you engage a business that is avoiding its legal obligations, and it can be prudent to get some legal advice. You should keep in mind that just because a labour hire provider is licensed in those jurisdictions that may require licensing, it does not necessarily mean that the labour hire provider is an ethical business that complies with workplace laws. It is still necessary to conduct due diligence checks. Just as you are taking your steps to get your business certified to the Fair Farms standard, there is a similar certification system for labour hire providers. That system is called Staff Sure. The Staff Sure Standard and Certification Program was developed by RCSA, the peak body for recruitment and staffing industry in Australia and New Zealand, in response to calls from business and government for a simple yet effective solution to the exploitation of workers by labour hire providers in the fresh produce industry. RCSA, as the peak body, knew that the problem of poor business practice was wider than traditional labour hire, and that a scheme was needed to validate all forms of workforce services. Staff Sure was developed to help operators prove their business integrity, whether they are labour hire business in the horticultural industry, professional contracting firms supplying government or payroll agencies engaging contractors for the banking and finance sector. Staff Sure have a register that can be searched to find out if there is a Staff Sure certified labour hire provider in your region. You can find the register at the website below. Remember, the Fair Farms standard does not require that you use Staff Sure certified labour hire providers. It does require that you make a reasonable effort to see that it is an option by searching the register and keeping a copy of the search. If there is a Staff Sure certified labour hire provider in your area, then you can have some confidence that they are ethical and compliant, and you should seriously consider using their services. However, you are not compelled to do so by the standard. If you wish to continue to use the services of a labour hire provider that is not Staff Sure certified, then send them an email encouraging them to sign up to the Staff Sure standard. keep a copy to show the auditor. Congratulations! You have completed the Fair Farms module F5.2 Use Licensed or Certified Labour Hire Providers. At the end of Module 5, you will test your knowledge by completing a short quiz. Remember to view the resources for more information on this subject.